January 13th, 1:30 p.m. and I'm reporting to say that there's a bit of a flare-up in the area where mostly the fire was put out, and it just started a few minutes ago. I'm sure that they'll get straight on it because we have so much personnel, crews, trucks, and all kinds of machinery all around these roads and newly refreshed fire roads that I'm pretty confident this will be put out very quickly. So this flare out is again northeast of Topanga proper, central and southern Topanga, and it's at Temescal Fire Road in Topanga State Park. Now the other piece of news today is that our neighborhood got an extreme makeover. So just yesterday I was reporting from this spot, kind of walking around between bushes, shrubs to show you Topanga. Now it's been all plowed over, and some places where it was just a hillside overgrown is now 20 to 30 foot wide graded areas. There we go. This was never wide open like this, but now they went ahead and connected this to what used to be a trail down there, just a foot trail, barely passable on foot or with horses. Now it's all graded over into road size, basically. These are down there marsh meadows. They graded a whole bunch there. They connected it. They made a shortcut from this portion of marsh meadows to Backbone Trail, right up at the top of this little hill here. This used to be just a trail over the top of the hill coming out of Topanga State Park over Marsh Meadows toward the Marsh Meadows camping ground, walk-in camp. And now it's all connected and goes all the way up to East Topanga Fire Road, where they are still doing a lot of work there with machinery. As you can see and hear, the wind is medium strong again. I was told by some CAL FIRE people who came here with chainsaws that they're creating a secondary fire break, secondary line of defense to prevent any flare-ups that may get out of control at their first line of defense, which is at the Temescal, where that little flare-up is going on right now. If that fails, this is where they're going to have their second stand and second chance. And that is because preventing the fire from coming over this ridge and at Eagle Rock, which is on the other side of this hill, will prevent it from coming into this central Topanga. All the neighborhoods connecting to Marsh Meadows, Hillside Drive, the Mesa on the other side, Skyline, and Old Topanga Canyon coming to the boulevard is right downwind from here, the village, Pine Tree Circle, and so on. And Marsh Meadows here and beyond, there's a nice clear shot today all the way to Trippet Ranch and the neighborhoods beyond, including Fernwood Pacific and the adjacent streets. So this all looks good. It still is a bit smoky, and yesterday when we were driving through that area to see what condition the neighborhoods were in, there were occasional flare-ups. So just like what I showed you at the Temescal area, the flare-ups can happen even if everything looks really good. It's because the embers, the hot smoldering things can sit semi-covered by other debris, even under the ground if it's roots of trees. Things like that happen. And if more wind is blowing at it, the condition becomes such that the oxygen gets to the coals and it starts being hot again and burning. If nobody's there to put it out right away, it can start spreading. And as you can see, we have a lot more machinery coming from Temescal Fire Road on their new fire break and the new, I don't know what to call it, I guess fire road. I have been seeing a lot of these ribbons. This one looks obviously tied to this bush and it's pretty big. This is just off of the foot trail, and there is another one further uphill off of the foot trail that connects the east and west ends of Callan, which means there's another one further down, which means they are still coming here and will likely do more grading. This is a bit steep on this side. It's walkable on foot or by horseback, but I would be very interested to see how their machines are going to navigate this hill. It was just an old fire break in the past, but again, it's been reduced to a foot trail that I hiked very often in the past. And I think what they're doing here is connecting the east end of Callan to the west, and therefore via that ridge line coming down to nearly the boulevard, because this trail does go to in backs of some of the houses near Topanga Canyon Boulevard. So again, it's not over. They still have plans for our neighborhood. On the other hand, the neighborhood looks great. The neighbors who did stay are very vigilant. We are all talking to each other, sharing the information that we have, being on the lookout for anyone who doesn't fit, who doesn't look like they belong here. It's to where, with all the reports of looting and arson watch, looking for people who were reported with backpacks and perhaps getting into housing and trying to rob things while all the doors are basically open. Everybody is being vigilant. Quite a few neighbors stayed. Quite a few have been through many fires before and have all kinds of setups, sprinkler systems, their own water pumps, generators, and so on. And so we can all rely on each other in an emergency and escape to a safe place locally. So that is the report on the central Topanga here and our neighborhood of Sylvania Park with Cheney, Paradise Lane, Callan, and down on Arctic here. We're all connected. On the other hand, besides the problems with potential looters, the boulevard, all access to the canyon are closed. Santa Maria, Mulholland, Topanga, Old Canyon, and the southern end closed even to residents. Today, you can get in or out with an ID. If you leave and step over the line, literally 1 foot, they will not let you back over that line, no matter what. So very strict on anybody entering the canyon. I will go back up the hill to the other side now and see how that flare is doing. It looks good. The flare is out. It's not, the smoke is not coming up anymore. So this is good. I'll keep watching over that. And if I don't report, that means most likely good news. No news is good news. See you next time.